Yes, people, welcome back to FBTV, welcome back to the channel. We are back with a brand new video, and today we have a graphics settings video for you guys, specifically for the AMD platform, whether that be GPU or CPU. And the game we're covering today obviously is Le Mans Ultimate. So guys, if you are looking to boost that FPS, I mean skyrocket this FPS, take it to the moon, make sure you stick around for this video here. I've got some excellent content for you guys. So the hardware that we are using today is we've got a RYZEN RX 7800 XT 16GB GPU. The CPU is a Ryzen 7 5800 3D, and the motherboard that we're using today is the ASUS ROG STRIX B550F Wi-Fi 2. Right, so today what we're going to cover is just some basic desktop settings. We're going to go into the BIOS, change some settings in there, and then of course we are going to go into the game and take a look at the in-game settings as well. I am really happy with the results. I have to give a shout out to Mr. Carl Eastwood, who helped me with these graphic settings and just all around improving the quality of life of my PC. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's just jump straight into these graphic settings. I will see you in a second. Right, okay, so first and foremost we have got a few things to just check over and make sure they are correct. So what we're going to come down and do is go down to settings, open up your settings, go down to system. Let's go to display, and I've got 3 displays here, so you're going to choose whichever display you need, depending on how many displays you've got as well. But the first thing we're going to make sure we have unchecked is HDR. Do not have HDR on. This setting here just causes lag and all sorts of unwanted things. It's just not necessary. This monitor 1 is what I'm going to be using for my sim racing. So as well guys, what we're going to come down and do is make sure the display resolution is set to your native resolution here. It does tell you what's recommended. That is the highest resolution there. So you can't really go wrong. Let's scroll down a bit further. We're going to go down to advanced display settings, and as well in here you can check your refresh rate. Let's make sure that that is at its highest setting as well, because it might not be. So you do need to double check all that good stuff as well. What we also can do is come down to graphics, change default graphic settings. Guys, make sure hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is on. Variable refresh rate, make sure that's off. Optimize for Windows games, yep, have that on as well. So we'll just go back. The next setting in systems, display and graphics, you are going to come down and make sure Le Mans Ultimate, you're going to click on that, go to options, is selected with high performance. Guys, when I came in here, sorry, excuse me, it was set to let Windows decide. I have no idea why, but that's what was selected. All my other games here, as you can see, is yeah, Call of Duty is high performance. That's let Windows decide, but it does say high performance in brackets. But you know, I mean, I'm not really playing Assetto Corsa, but I mean, let's just set that to high performance as well. If I do go onto that, just say reset. I'm not sure why, but for now we'll just leave that for now. So those are a couple of easy settings that we needed to make sure are right. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is just make sure that your chipset is also up to date. So you're going to locate your AMD install manager. Sorry, that went onto my other onto my other screen. Make sure these things are up to date. It updates automatically for me as I have this checked, and it should do for you as well. Make sure that's up to date. Graphics card, make sure that's up to date as well. So you're going to come down to your AMD Adrenalin software. Mine's up to date as it is here. All right. You can also tweak your display settings as you want. But in the AMD software settings, this is, so display 1 is what we're going to be using. These are the settings that I have at this moment in time. These are the global settings. So what we'll do, we'll go over to gaming, come over to gaming here, and then where is Le Mans Ultimate? There we go. If we click on Le Mans Ultimate, right, boom. So these are the display settings for Le Mans Ultimate that I have. So gaming experience is custom, super resolution disabled, fluid frames disable this, guys. That's gonna cause some unwanted lag and all these things. Radeon anti-lag, again, it's gonna come with some unwanted stuff. Just have it disabled. Radeon chill, again, all these things sound really fancy, but just have it disabled. Radeon image sharpening, again, mine's enabled and it's at 80. It's something that you guys will need to play around with. I'm still playing around with that as well, but at this moment in time, my game does look okay. Enhanced sync, let's turn it off. Vertical refresh, always off. Let's have a look at these advanced settings. I have this on at this moment in time, this anti-aliasing down here. We were just playing around with that. But again, you can just try that out. But most of these advanced settings are actually in the game, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Coming over to this right hand side, AMD FreeSync, AMD optimized, I have it on. These settings down here I haven't really touched too much. So they are the settings within your AMD software. It's kind of, if for anyone coming from NVIDIA, it's kind of like the NVIDIA control panel, this thing here, right? So again, you just go into gaming. Oops, let's go back and see how we get there. You go to gaming, games, and then you'll locate your game, and you can do this specific per game rather than a global. Is like global settings is for every game. You know, you can come in here and just change it for certain things. We're gonna go ahead and test out COD now that I've sorted out my my system. But yes, that is making sure the chipset and the graphics cards are up to date, and then the graphics within the control panel there. What we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to go have a look at a video to sort out the BIOS. We're also going to make sure your memory profile is selected within the BIOS, and as well within the BIOS we're going to sort out the resizable bar settings. So let's just go ahead here and look at Google. So we've already done the hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. We've done that. All right. Let's just see here. So the next thing that we have to do is resizable bar settings. So we're just going to follow these steps. I will go through it in the video with you as well. So you're going to enter the BIOS. Obviously, we know how to do that. I will go through that in a second. Make sure the resizable bar option is enabled. Basically, that's what we're going to do in the BIOS. Before that, guys, let's go through how to update the BIOS itself. I will leave this link in the description for you guys. But just type into Google your actual motherboard. I've already done this. I've already got the page up here. Right. So you're going to go to support and it will bring up this page here. And then you come to drivers and tools. And then what we're going to go and do is go over to BIOS and firmware. Right. And then you're just going to download the latest one. I've already done this. So I'm not going to go over it again, but I will go over it for you guys. I have all my things in a downloads folder. So it's very easy for me to get to. So I have it selected in BIOS. Obviously my motherboard there, that's the one from 2003. This is the one that we did just the other day. So you're going to save that in here. I'm not going to save it because I've already done it, but I will show you what exactly I've done. So you're going to go ahead and click save. Right. Then what you're going to do, guys, is go ahead and locate where you saved that file. Right. Which was in downloads, BIOS, in here as well. Let's try and make that a bit bigger actually. There we go. 2025. So you're going to click on that folder, right click, come down here to WinRAR and extract here. That will then bring out these two files here, guys. Right now, what you need to do is double click on BIOS renamer. Yeah. If I double click that, I'll show you what comes up. This comes up. This file has been renamed to to use USB BIOS flashback, copy to the root file, root of your USB flash drive. Right. Okay, beautiful. So we've got that. And then what we're going to do is I already have my USB plugged into the back of my computer into the USB, into the BIOS USB slot, right? Which is this one here, JCRE. What you need to do, guys, you need to format this USB. I've already done this, but I'll show you how to do it. So we're going to go right click, format, and we're going to click start. Warning. Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna get rid of whatever's on the USB. So make sure you back up the USB. All right. Format complete. Okay. Let's close that. Let's go back down to my thing. See, folder's empty, right? The folder is empty, so make sure that USB has nothing on it. Now what we're going to do is just locate your file again in here, this one here, copy, going to drop it in here, paste. It's going to do its thing. Not sure why that's taking so long. But that's just going to do its thing. Beautiful. So that's in there. That's all we need in there. Keep that USB plugged into the back. And now I'm going to go show you what to do with that. I will see you in a minute, guys. All right. Okay, guys. So to enter the BIOS, what we're going to do is just restart the PC. And then it's going to come up saying press F2 or delete to enter the BIOS, as you saw just down there. And so we're going to enter the BIOS now. So I don't know what that is. Let's go ahead and cancel that. So what we're going to go and do is come down here to easy mode. Right, and we're just going to check a couple of things, guys. Make sure this DOCP profile is selected. Make sure it's not disabled. This is just to boost the memory clock here. I've got some old memory, but it is still DDR4. But you can get this to 3200 at the very least. Yeah. So let's make sure we've got that sorted out. What else do we need to do? So let's just go back to advanced mode. So what we're going to do is come over to advanced. Then we're going to come down to PCI subsystem settings, right? And what you're going to do is above 4G decoding, make sure that's enabled. Make sure this setting is enabled. Also resize bar support, put that to auto as well. If we come up to the top here, it says resize bar, make sure that's on as well. Lovely. So they're the two big settings that we need to do in the BIOS. Other than that, we also then need to actually do the BIOS update, don't we? So if we come over to tool and we go to ASUS Easy Flash 3 utility, come down here, and then obviously what you've got to do is then select your memory stick that you've put in the back of the computer into the BIOS slot. Mine's already selected. As you can see here, this is the file. It's also been renamed as we went through in the video earlier on. And then all you're going to do is just follow the steps and update that. It will take, it can take up to 10 minutes, guys. So don't panic or anything like that. Just let it do its thing and let that update. That is pretty much it, guys. That is pretty much it. I haven't done any other overclocking in here. I've just made sure that the memory frequency here, as you can see on this right hand side, is at 3200, because that was at its default setting before I came in here. But like I say, my good friend Carl has helped me sort all that out. BIOS is now up to date as well, and the computer is running smooth. So I will see you in 10 minutes once you have got all that sorted out, guys. One other thing as well that I have done, guys, is because I have 3 monitors here. This one's larger. These two here are both 1440p. What I've actually done is I've actually knocked down the resolution of the middle monitor, because I don't use it too much. I only really use it for viewing YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I've actually taken it down from the native resolution, which is 1440, and just turned it down to 1080p, just to save as much power and get as much, just squeeze as much frames out as possible. You know, what I also did was came into the, nope, not into there, into the advanced display settings. Again, it's 75 hertz, just I capped it at 60, right? Again, just to save a little bit. I came over to this monitor, the monitor that we're using now. I've left that at 1440p for now. I've just left it at 1440p. I can turn it down if we need, eke some more frames out if we want. Advanced display settings. This is a 240 hertz monitor, sorry. But again, we've capped it at 144. I could probably go even lower. You know, that's entirely up to you. But this is just some suggestions. But if you have what I have right now, we'll go ahead and take a look at the frames that we are getting on Le Mans Ultimate. Let's do that. Right, okay, so we are back here with Le Mans Ultimate fired up. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look at my in-game graphic settings. Obviously, I have MSI Afterburner up here in the top left corner. So when we head out on track, we can go ahead and take a look at our FPS. We can monitor that. So let's go through the display settings first and foremost. So we're on monitor 1, obviously. Full screen, it's important. Native resolution, refresh rate at the highest, of course. VSync, turn that off. So the first one, post effects, I have that on low at this moment in time. The anti-aliasing is obviously a big one to get rid of those jagged lines, guys, those jagged edges. So we definitely do need a little bit of anti-aliasing, but this will hit you hard, believe you and me. We did play about with this, and ×8 hits you, it hits you hard. So we found a middle ground at ×4, which I thought eradicated a lot of the jagged lines. I don't think ×8 is required for myself. Now there is another type of anti-aliasing down here, less precise, less demanding anti-aliasing. It says I did try that on with this one up here off. It wasn't as good, but again, you guys can play around with that. But the settings I have at this moment in time are fine for myself. Display VR mirror, we're not in VR, so I don't think that needs to actually be on, but then again, I've just left it as it is. So let's come down here to the graphics settings. I have 2 presets. I have one for online, I have one as a replay. So when I feel like I've got some decent gameplay, I go in there, have a look at my replay, but I knock all this up to pretty much ultra for those replays. But for online, because obviously there's going to be a few more cars and this, that, and the other, I've got an online preset. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we've got circuit details on ultra, texture details on high, player and opponent details on medium. Now, guys, you can probably play around with this. If you knock it up to high, or maybe it goes up to ultra, yeah, you might not lose too much FPS. It probably won't hit you as hard as the anti-aliasing stuff, but medium for me seems okay. I may test with some high settings there, but medium, as you will see, is absolutely okay. Texture filter, knock that right up to 16, whack that up. Special effects, high. Shadows, turn those off. I mean, this is a preference thing. I don't know if your game looks better or worse with or without shadows, but that is also another online FPS hit on any game. Pretty much, shadows will hit your FPS for sure. I know some games do require shadows to make them look good, but on Le Mans Ultimate, you can turn that off, man, and the game looks fine. to be fair. But again, something you might want to play around with. Shadow blur, turn it off, obviously. Soft particles is on high. Raindrops on high. Road reflections on low. And then the last one, I believe, is an environment reflection, also on low, right? Okay, and then if we come down here to visuals, we have some preference things in here. Obviously, I have mine set to miles per hour and all these types of things. Field of view is at 40 at this moment in time. And my seat position, I think, is at about 230 in the game. Obviously, you'll need to do your keybinds to change all that stuff when you're out on track. Head vibration, it's at aero linear at this moment in time. I could probably turn it off, actually. It would probably be better with off. I might try that off. Exaggerated yaw, just 0. Look ahead is now what this option is when you turn the steering wheel, your player inside the cockpit will also turn to the left or to the right towards the apex, obviously wherever you're turning, as you turn the wheel. Now I have it at 2%, which it doesn't turn too much. You can play around with that if that's an option that you want. It is a preference thing. Head physics, turn it off. Turn it off. You don't want your head bobbling around. And for real, if you're wanting to do the whole realism thing, guys, yeah, beautiful. But if you're racing online, this is not something you want, right? If you want realism, you've got friends coming around, you're doing YouTube videos and this, that, and the other proper content. Yeah, head physics, beautiful. Probably that will look really, really immersive, is what I would say. But for online racing, turn it off. Turn it off. This comes in at about 14%, I think, something like that. But yeah, turn it off. Turn it off. Also, guys, quick one here. Make sure you have got this whole game downloaded not on your hard drive. Make sure it's on a solid state drive or M.2, something like that. I have found that the graphics improve as well, and the menus, you know, you're kind of flying around the menus as well. So we've covered these settings. What we're going to go ahead and do now is head on track really quickly. Yeah, we're just going to use Bahrain outer because that's what we've been using this week. Obviously, we're in the Lambo. We don't touch anything else. Boom. Advanced settings, really quick. If you're setting up a little practice session, make sure to click that to heavy. Go over to weather, click the sun, boom. Go over to event. Don't have any cars on track, of course. Tire warmers, you can put that on, off. It's up to you. Let's just go ahead and load this up. Whilst I'm loading that up, I'm just going to shift across over to my rig now. So if you hear any banging and clattering around, that's just me getting my seat position. Good. And we'll just wait whilst this loads up. It is loading up a lot quicker. Now it's on my M.2 drive rather than my hard drive. I've no idea why I had it on there, guys. Don't even ask me. But I had it on my hard drive. So let's see what sort of frames we're getting. So at this moment in time, it says 230 in there. It was a bit higher, but I'm recording now, so we might be taking a bit of an FPS hit there. But as it stands, we're over 200 frames already, guys. I was only getting around and about 80 FPS max, you know, and we're hovering around 200 already. And the game looks good to me. The game looks good to me. We're not going to be setting a lap. We're just going to go around really slow. Just take a look at the environment. Let's just have a little look around. We're at 230, and I am obviously recording, of course. You know, the game looks really good to me, man. Looks really good. FPS is there. I'm really happy with these settings. All my stuff was really out of date and not boosted up. You know, my memory clock wasn't boosted. My BIOS was out of date. I was only getting 75 FPS. So I've gone from 75 FPS to north of 200, you know. Can't complain, guys. Cannot complain. So I hope you guys are happy with that as well. I hope it looks really smooth. Feels really smooth to me. There's less lag, all that good stuff. I can feel it already, you know. I am absolutely over the moon with these settings. So shout out to my friend Carl. Shout out to Mr. Eastwood. Shout out to Mr. Eastwood, who has helped me with these graphic settings. This wasn't all my own doing. So shout out to you, Carl. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Excellent. So guys, as you can already tell, we are coming towards the end of the video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to smash a like on the video for me, please. That will help me out so much. I put a lot of time and effort into this for you guys. Hopefully you found the graphic settings very good. If you want to go ahead and tweak those ever so slightly, but you have got a great base setup. I am really happy with the results myself, considering I've got some decent hardware, but I was only getting like 75 FPS, and like I say, shout out to Carl for helping me out. But he has boosted me way over 200 FPS, so I am really happy. But guys, if this has helped you out, smash a like on the video. Anyone that's new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. When you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification. That will let you know when I'm live next, or when I drop any new content or anything like that. And without further ado, we are out of here. I will see you in the next one. Peace.